Hello little dreamers, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to dive into one of the great adventures of Oops. Oops was a happy and carefree little kitten. He loved playing with the yarn ball his mom had given him. Every day, he would play with it and enjoy rolling around in its softness. One day, while playing in the garden, he came across a beautiful butterfly. Captivated by its colorful wings, he began to chase it. After a few minutes, he realized that his yarn ball was gone. Oops frantically began searching for it, scouring every corner of the garden, but it was nowhere to be found. Panic started to creep in. How could he sleep without his cozy yarn ball? He feared that his mom would be angry with him. But Oops decided not to give up. He was determined to find his yarn ball no matter what. With a glimmer of hope in his eyes, he embarked on a little adventure to retrieve it. Oops had ventured far into the garden in search of his lost yarn ball. However, he soon realized that the journey back was proving more challenging than he had anticipated. Numerous obstacles blocked his path. From stones and twigs to fallen leaves and holes, everything seemed determined to hinder his return home. Oops attempted to leap over the obstacles, but he didn't always succeed. Sometimes, he slipped on the fallen leaves or stumbled over the stones, causing him to tumble. Despite the difficulties, Oops refused to lose hope. He strategized how to navigate around each obstacle or safely overcome them. At times, he even sought the assistance of other animals he encountered along the way. After a while, Oops finally reached the fence of his garden. He sprinted towards it, relieved to see that the toughest part was behind him. Eventually, he arrived at the garden gate and bounded into the house. He rushed straight to his mother, proud to show her that he had successfully retrieved his yarn ball despite the obstacles. Oops returned home with his precious yarn ball, filled with joy. On his way, he noticed a group of animals he had never seen before. Curious, he decided to approach them and make their acquaintance. There was a small rabbit, a squirrel, and a raccoon. Initially, they were wary, but Oops managed to reassure them by sharing his story of searching for the lost yarn ball. They quickly bonded, and Oops invited them to play with him. They played games of tag, hide and seek, and leapfrog, laughing and enjoying each other's company. Oops felt fortunate to have made new friends, and his newfound friend seemed equally delighted to have met him. Time flew by, and soon it was time for Oops to head back home. He promised his new friends that he would visit them again soon and gave them a warm hug before bidding them farewell. On his way back, Oops felt a sense of happiness and gratitude for having encountered new friends along his journey in search of the yarn ball. Oops walked briskly, carefully holding his yarn ball. However, he soon noticed that the journey back was filled with unexpected obstacles. There were many things blocking his path. Stones, twigs, fallen branches, and holes seemed to conspire against him, making it challenging to proceed. Oops tried to leap over the obstacles, but his attempts weren't always successful. Occasionally, he slipped on the fallen leaves or stumbled upon the uneven ground. Despite the hurdles, Oops refused to give up. He persevered, finding ways to navigate around each obstacle or overcome them safely. Sometimes, he sought help from other animals he encountered along the way. After some time, Oops finally reached the fence of his garden. He sprinted toward it, relieved that the most difficult part was now behind him. Finally, he arrived at the garden gate and entered the house. He rushed to his mother, proudly showing her the safely retrieved yarn ball, a testament to his determination and resilience in overcoming the obstacles on his path. The next morning, Oops woke up with a sense of pride and accomplishment. He had overcome all the obstacles to find and bring back his beloved yarn ball safely. He was determined to show his friends how brave he had been. He set off towards the park, knowing that he would find his feline friends there. Along the way, he reflected on the obstacles he had conquered to reach this point. A smile formed on his face as he remembered his mother, who had helped him overcome the final hurdle of reaching the couch. When he arrived at the park, his friends were amazed by the yarn ball he had retrieved. Oops proudly shared his adventure, describing the obstacles he had faced during the search for his yarn ball. His friends listened attentively and burst into applause when he finished. Oops felt a sense of fulfillment and happiness. He had accomplished something challenging and earned the respect of his friends. Purring softly, he savored his victory and enjoyed the present moment, knowing that he could overcome any obstacle with determination and patience. Thank you for following this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to put a little blue thumb, subscribe and click the notification bell for new adventures. Stay curious and keep dreaming. See you soon on Tale, Adventure and Kids.